Alright guys, so I'm ready to cancel this order because I cannot find parking. So that tells you that Walmart is very crowded. And like I mentioned, this Walmart does not have a line for us Spark drivers. A checkout line, you know. So you have to stand on line with everyone else. But I've been driving around a good 3-4 minutes and no parking. Today is Tuesday. And I know back to school was yesterday. So you would think, I guess maybe people are out getting school supplies and stuff. I don't know. But I'm about to cancel this in a second because it's taking too long to find parking. I really didn't feel like shopping anyway. I was really hesitant on taking this offer. I was like, should I just dash? It's so easier to just dash and run inside, pick up the order and leave. But I'm about to cancel this in a second, guys, because it is taking entirely. There's no parking. There's no parking, literally. Let's see. We need to get some of this Dukes. I think it's the Dukes we need. I feel nauseous. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I feel nauseous. I think this is it right here. The Dukes. Let's get one of those. And I'll be playing some music, I guess, because they're playing music in here. 17, and then 16. Let's see, this is 16 right here. See, it tells you right there, that's 16. So I gotta get this. Let's get that dill relish. There's 3 items on the same aisle that we needed, so that's good. That knocks out some shopping. This is the chicken breast. I've never even seen this before. Chunk chicken breast, 2-pack. Okay, so let's get that. Okay, the ground beef. They just need one of these. Let's grab that. Sugar. This is how many pounds? 10 pounds. Alright, let's get this sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Need to get some cookies. Somebody has a sweet tooth. Let's get these cookies on aisle 15. We got the sugar and the cookies they wanted. Now we gotta get some kind of little kits. Okay, let's find this soda that they want. There's 2 different cases of soda they want to get, so let's. They got buckets collecting the water. We had so much rain, guess it came through the ceiling.
Here. All right, hang on. Somebody's behind you. Don't move.
So many things out. I had to stand here and look for a second. Sprite Zero, zero sugar, chill, cherry lime. Well, if it has 0 sugar, how do you taste all of that cherry lime and all that chill stuff? Okay. I think we get one more item and that's it. Scan that. I think we got to get one more thing. Okay, guys, I will not be doing another Spark today because the store is crowded. And I'm just going to find this margarine they need and get online so I can get out of here. And this is why sometimes I don't do Spark shopping deliveries, because even though this was $18, sometimes if it's really busy with Dash, you know, I could have already done, probably been on the second Dash right now. And let's just say both were $7 or $6, right? So sometimes being inside of Walmart can slow you down to shop. So that's why I don't do a lot of Sparks. You know, sometimes the money's good, a lot of times it is not. But it can slow you down when the store's crowded. So this will be my last one. And by the time I deliver this, I probably could have had 3 Dashes already. But we're going to finish up with this. Okay, let's get this Country Rock. Alright, I got nervous for a minute because the screen turned white. I'm like, please, I hope this app didn't crash. But I closed everything out, did a hard reset, and my order was still there. So let me get online because it looks like that's where a lot of people are headed, right? I wish they had a line in here for their Spark drivers. They should, because we're not paying for anything. It's prepaid for. It's prepaid for. All we have to do is, we don't even scan anything. We scan nothing at all. We just gotta scan the barcode and keep it pushing. And look at this line. See? Is it worth it? Alright guys, time to leave. Okay, I made it through the line, and let me now find where I parked, because I drove around for so long looking for a spot that I don't remember where I found one. So let me find a spot and not waste any more time, because these are not my groceries. They're someone else's. Time is money, and I need to get these delivered. Try to do something on Dash. Okay, this sugar is heavy. There's sugar. All right, so this is why a lot of people feel like sometimes Spark can be a waste, because that took a long time, long enough. You know, I only had to get 11 things, but the store was crowded. I had to wait online, and you know, when I accepted it, it didn't dawn on me, oh, that's the store that doesn't have a line for Spark drivers. When it's early in the morning, I don't mind because the store is empty, but it's afternoon. It's actually what time is it? 4:48. It's late afternoon. So I came out late because it rained all day today, and it rained yesterday. I didn't do any kind of offers or orders or anything. I haven't done any gig work since in probably about 3 days, right? And because the weather's been bad. So, but right now it's just not a good time to be in the supermarket, at least not at this location. So I didn't really think that through before accepting the offer. I didn't think that through enough. So you have to think these offers out before you accept them. But that's okay, because I finished that one and I'm en route. It said I'll be there in 8 minutes. I just pulled out of the parking lot, and 4.8 miles. It said 5 when I left the store, so 4.8 miles more to go. I'm going against traffic, and it says I should be there soon, so I'm gonna get there so I can get these groceries out. And this is some content for you guys. So I appreciate you for coming to the channel and spending some time with me today. Even though I look a hot mess, this is my rainy day look. But anyway, and it actually got a little chilly, but it felt good. It really felt good. So let's get to delivering it. All right, guys. I did not get to film the order that I dropped off. The customer I had was very impatient. Their house was on a very busy road. Very, very busy, dangerous road. And it's rush hour, and the people behind me with so many 18-wheelers take that main street, right? It's a winding road, one lane. And they kept texting me, what's my ETA? What's my ETA? There was no way I could respond because of the street that I was on. There was no way I was going to respond to the text. I was really on a curvy, crazy road, right? It just would not have been safe. I wouldn't be here to talk about it if I would have. So, I just ignored it. And when I finally got a chance, I just hit the button to call them. Because, I could talk, right? But I can't be texting. So, I could talk through the Bluetooth. They wouldn't answer the phone. When I finally got to where the GPS said their house should be, you can't always go by the GPS. There was a mailbox that was very dirty and you could not see the numbers. We've had a lot of rain and so forth, so all of the dirt and everything was all washed up on the mailbox with a lot of sand and stuff, so you couldn't make out what the numbers were. So my gut just says, that's not the house. I don't know, that's not the house. And you couldn't tell from the GPS. I'm like, it might be the house next door. So it took a while to pull out and turn around. I tried calling her while I was there. They didn't answer the phone, right? They didn't answer. I was going to ask them, hey, am I in your driveway? Is this the right house? They didn't answer. So then I did text and I said, hey, I'm calling you. Because I'm not going to sit there doing all that texting back and forth. I said, hey, I'm trying to call you. They ignored that. So then finally, before I pulled out, I said, I can't see the numbers on the mailbox. So then they text back, we don't have a mailbox. So I said, well, can you answer the phone? And then she just kept sending question mark, what is your ETA, question mark. I was 2 seconds from getting ready to take that order back because I still would have got paid. So I was seconds from taking that order back. I didn't see a tip on that order. Maybe they did pay a tip, but I didn't see a tip. It was $18. The standard is $11 for a shop and deliver. But it was $18 with some incentive. So I don't know if all of it was Walmart's incentive, but I didn't see anything for a tip. Maybe it is. I got to go back in and look at it. But I was seconds from returning that. I would have got paid minus the tip, right? And I would have got another fee that would have sufficed the tip that for returning it. So I was seconds from returning it because she wouldn't answer the phone, and she was really being anxious in that text message. First off, they have in the app, it shows you where I am. Okay, she's able to track me while it's being delivered, while it's en route to her house. So she's able to track me and see where I am, and she's able to actually see her ETA. Okay, there's a time frame. Your ETA is not going to be to the minute, right? There's a time frame before it's cut off because of perishable items. I was still in that time frame. I went nowhere else. She was the only person I shopped for. It wasn't multiple people. She was just being very impatient. I did wait a long time in that store, like I told you, for the because the line was long, right? They don't have a self-checkout in there for, so maybe to her it took a long time. They pay for express. But that's not my problem. People pay for express. That store needs to have a self-checkout for the Spark people. A line only. They do not. Okay? So, finally, I saw a Dollar General and I pulled in there, and it was just on a little country road, one lane. And I pulled into the Dollar General. Thank goodness it was one, like, maybe 2,000 feet ahead. And then I was able to turn around. She still didn't answer the phone. I was able to turn around, and then when I was put the address back in the GPS, and then coming from the other direction, I was able to see on that side of the road there was a sign, a stick in the ground with a sign, and there was an address there, and I was able to see that. They had no mailbox, but it was a stick in the ground that showed the address, okay? So when I got in the driveway, then they're calling. They never wanted to answer the phone. They never tried calling me, but kept texting. Now you see I'm in the driveway and you're calling. I was just so, my nerves were so rocked. And I said to them, I gotta go in this Dairy Queen. And it's hard getting in here. It's rush hour. So I just picked up a DoorDash or Dairy Queen, and it's paying $6 for 2 miles. They probably work at the hospital or somewhere over here. $6, 2 miles is nothing. The only thing with Dairy Queen is they normally don't make the ice cream until you get in there so it doesn't melt. But it should be empty in there. I don't see a lot of cars. So at any rate, when I got to the driveway, they want to call, and I said to her, listen, I said, I'm here now. I seen a little stick in the sign. I said, I could not answer your text messages. I said, you know, I said, I'm not in my 20s like some of these young ones do when they're texting and driving and all this stuff. I said, no. I said, I could not do that. I said, I'm in your driveway now. I said, I couldn't find your address. That's why I was calling. I said, I cannot text if I'm en route, you know? And then she's steady talking, and I said, listen, I'm in the driveway. I'm bringing the things to your door. So the person on the phone was a different person. Then she said that was her daughter who was texting and all of that stuff. She apologized for her daughter and everything. And I told her, yeah, I says, I'm here now. I couldn't answer that text. This is a busy road. And the lady sounded like she was about my age. And she said, I know it's a very busy, dangerous road. I don't do all that texting as well. But I did call and report it to support because it was harassment. She has in the app that shows her where I'm located. She has in the app that shows her ETA. And she just kept sending me question mark. When's my ETA or whatever. And I said, you know what? Let me call and cover my butt and get it documented. And I called them to get it documented. That was harassment. That was harassment. She's able to see. And they agreed, and they said, yes, she's able to see you on the app. She's able to see where you were. Nowhere else. She was able to see you. And they're going to document that. Because, see, people like that, they like to get groceries for free, or they'll complain on us, and then we're deactivated, create some kind of fictitious story. So I'm the one who will call and report. Okay? And that's what I did to cover my butt, even though I did nothing at all. But people like to create fantasies. So anyway, I'm going to go on this dash, pick up this dash at this Dairy Queen, and that'll probably be all that I get. That was $18 at Walmart. This is $16. So I go home with $20 and change, right? Some $20 plus, right? And almost $30. And that'll be it, because my nerves are rocked, okay? My nerves are rocked, and it's rush hour. People are anxious, and the energy's not good today out there. So I'm going home after this. Okay, so I picked up the Dairy Queen, and it was ready. And it's going 2 miles. So not far at all. And I should be there shortly. And one thing I forgot to mention to you was the mother on the phone said that wasn't her doing that was her daughter. I don't know, but she did mention on the phone that she works for Walmart. So I don't know if you think by working for Walmart that you can bully the Spark drivers who were en route to deliver your groceries that I shopped for, right? That's not okay. That's not acceptable. That's not allowed. So I did, let them know on the phone as well that she mentioned she was a Walmart employee. So you got reported, okay? You got the wrong one today, sister. All right? The wrong one. That was documented. So let me get to deliver this DoorDash. Okay, so I delivered the DoorDash, the Dairy Queen, and I did not film that as well because I didn't remember. I didn't remember. I'm telling you, it's rush hour and the traffic, and I was at the gate of the apartment place, and the guy, he left some really good notes in the app for his DoorDash that he placed. And he gave me the gate code and told me what building. I mean, he left some spot on directions. I don't like going to apartments because Normally, you know, you can't get through to the customer. But he left some really good instructions. The building number, I'm not going to go that way. It's too much traffic. He left the building number, the gate code, everything. So I put in the code, you know, the little keypad to get in the gate, and somebody zoomed up beside me and hurry up and, you know, speeded through the gate. And I don't normally speed behind another car because some of those gates, they stay open about maybe 30 seconds, right? Some of them close, they have a sensor, and they close right after the tail end of that other car. And you don't want your car to get, you know, hit with the gate, and they tell you they're not responsible. So I don't chance going through those gates as a second car. But they were rude. They saw that I put the code in, and they hurry up and speeded on the other side. But no big deal. I waited at the thing for it to clear out, and I just put the code in again for it to open. But in the process of all of that, I don't know, something happened with the keypad, and it was saying access denied after that. So I had to call the customer, and he was asleep. He was asleep. I called him twice, and you could tell I had woke him up. And I said, hey, can you put the code in again, please? You know. And so, but when I got to the house, he was very nice. When I got up, it was on the 3rd floor, so I had to take a hike. So I was like, mentally, I was put my knees. It's been raining. My knees, okay. So I had to get prepared for those 3, you know, steps, those 3 levels, right? It's more than 3 steps, 3 levels. And when I got up there, he was very nice. He was already in the hallway waiting for his food, and very nice, you know. And I just forgot to record. Because I was dealing with the whole gate situation. But that is the end of my deliveries. I'm actually on my way home. Spark is booming, but I don't want to deal with it because the sky is about to light up soon. And they're having some incentive going on. But I'm not going to shop. It's too crowded in there. That store has got to do better. They've got to put a line in there for the Spark drivers. So that's why I'm not going to go get an order. Had I would have been by my other Walmart, I could easily run in there and get some orders. They're doing some incentives, shop. And I don't even know if the other store is doing incentives. Sometimes it's only certain stores. And it may just be that one because people don't want to go in there. You guys got to get a line for the Spark drivers. That's insane. It's a time waster. These people pay for express food. Why isn't there express line in all of the stores? So, but I'm going home. I do have on my DoorDash en route to go home just in case something pulls up. But I did that one Dairy Queen. I'm not scheduled to dash, so it's letting me dash because there's some offers out here. I guess there's a lot of orders out here, but we'll see. I might pick up something on the way home, but I'm going home. So thanks for riding with me. I appreciate you. And you know, every day is not always a great day in the gig economy, but these are some of the things that we really go through with customers and, you know, with the app, and, you know, how people just talk to you and think they could talk to you and treat you any kind of way and say anything. And, you know, at my age, I don't accept it. And I will not tolerate it. You'll be reported. And that's that. So, and if they want to pull their tip back, so be it. Have a blessed one, and thanks for riding with me.